Let's roll to the video tape, all right? Hey everybody, Jerome, B.F.A.M cooking. You know what this is. Not another cooking episode. That's right, we're back in the kitchen talking to people who are in the food industry. Today we have this gentleman from way down south in the dirty Georgia.
What's up, Baes and Bros? London James here for Food Is Bae. Right now we're at the Art of Gave Festival right here in Buckhead, Georgia. They got food. Oh, that's not that bad. That's not gonna be bad. Bro, that smells spoiled. Not so much. Okay. What'd you get scared for, man? Nah, baby. Oh my. What's up, Baes and Bros? Welcome back to another episode of Food Is Bae. Today we're at Red Rice Catering in Atlanta, Georgia. I met up with Anthony from Atlanta Eats to try the most popular soul food restaurant in the neighborhood. Let's go. What's up, Baes and Bros? London James here for Food Is Bae, and you already know it's about to go down. Right now.
He is London James. That's right, Food Is Bae, my bro. How you doing today, sir?
Man, I am phenomenal, bro. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be on B.F.A.M cooking. You know, I got a chance to check out your YouTube page, and you get it in. You know what blew me away though? Just to start it off,
What?
How you made jackfruit
Oh, well,
like
hey.
pulled pork.
People ask. You know, when back in the day when I'm up in the shop with the guys, people say, you know, I don't eat meat, so I try and I'm like, I don't eat anything.
Vegan,
So
yeah.
So I'll try. Sure, I happen to have a food place down the block who actually had a big, the world's largest fruit. I think they call it jackfruit, and it definitely made a mess in my kitchen. I won't be doing that again. But yes, sir.
Yeah, man, thank you so much for having me. Like I said, I'm super excited to be here. I'm ready to talk food. I'm ready to talk Atlanta, Georgia. I'm ready to talk my hometown. So let's get it in, man.
All right, sir. So, Mr. James, you're from Cleveland. Tell me something about that.
Cleveland, Ohio, baby. I'm glad I'm in Georgia right now because it's getting cold there. But Cleveland has a phenomenal food culture. Maybe a lot of people don't know about. We're known for barbecue. We're known for corned beef. We are known for Polish boys. We are known for, and you know, the Polish boy you may think of is totally different than ours. Like we have the Polish sausage, then we top it off with pulled pork, then we top it off with coleslaw, then we top it off with the fries, then we top it off with barbecue sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Get it.
So Cleveland, it has a great food culture. It played a big part of my life. Is the reason I got into food in the first place. But Cleveland, Ohio, is my hometown. Nothing like it. I just had to get away from the cold. That's all.
All right. So I understand your father used to take you around to show you some spots over here, some spots over there, hook you up with some knowledge on everything from Mediterranean to Italian. Tell me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was one of my favorite things to do with my father and my mother. They did different things, but my father, we would just go to places that they didn't even speak English, and we would always have that. I call it the cowboy movie moment, where you walk in the bar, or the saloon, and everybody pause and look at you and just stare at you. And I used to always notice it, and I guess my father didn't care. And a lot of times that, we would be pointing to the menu, like, I want this, I want that, because they didn't even speak English. So we would be in Chinese I'm talking about authentic Chinese restaurants where it's just in a totally different language, German restaurants, Mexican spots, Greek spots, and I got a love for trying different foods other than the traditional soul food, that we're used to. So he really put that in me. And my mother would take me to what people don't know is like Cleveland during the summer, the whole summer they have barbecue cook-offs. I mean, it's just every day I can remember like going to a different part of the neighborhood, and there's a barbecue cook-off going on. My uncle used to win a lot of competitions down there, and it's a lot of fair food, like the fries with the vinegar on them. We call them elephant ears in Cleveland, but it's just the funnel cakes with the powder. Just
yes,
that whole thing. So they did different things, but all the those two things combined got me into wanting to try different places and showcase food. So
outstanding, sir, outstanding. So let me understand this. I know about barbecue from several different places. When I was in the service, United States Air Force, I was stationed in Texas, Del Rio, Texas, and Arkansas. They had a different one, so we used to go down to Memphis and hit that little island that has the big barbecue place. What type? Oh, and I took a class up in New York about some southern stuff in North Carolina about western and eastern North Carolina barbecue. What type of barbecue is Cleveland barbecue?
You know what? People ask me that all the time. I think it's like just a combination. If I had it, I would really compare it to Texas style barbecue sauce.
So mesquite.
Mesquite. Wood, apple pecan wood.
So apple or is it mesquite? Which?
Well, it's so the thing is, depending on the pit master, that's what you're going to be getting.
Mm-hmm. So that they come from different places, so they bring what they came.
Right. Like my family's a mix. So it's a mix. Like my family is originally from Savannah, Georgia, deep down south, and they migrated here. And I have like people from Texas. We got people from North Carolina. So all those people coming together, you got that combination of mesquite, was pecan wood. Some people use a combination of both, but everything is that long rolling smoke where you get that nice pink smoke ring on the outside. Where you rely on the flavor of your barbecue and not your sauce.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what I grew up on. Like my dad used to always tell me, if I ever go to a stand somewhere, my mom used to tell me too, if I ever go to a stand somewhere or a pit somewhere and it's just sauce all over the place and they just slinging sauce, that means your barbecue's not good. The sauce for me should complement the masterpiece that you just spent 14 hours cooking,
So let me just make sure, what type of meat is it? What type of protein is it? Is it a pork or is it a beef?
So Cleveland is mostly pork. You get
mostly pork. Okay.
Mostly pork.
Whole hog or shoulders and stuff.
Well, they do them all. Whole hog, shoulders. They do the we didn't really do baby back ribs growing up. I'm 38, so I was born in 83. So we didn't do baby back ribs came a little later with Chili's. I think that made it popular. I'm used to them big whole spare rib slabs. But the pork butts and everything. I grew up on everything. Whole hog was my favorite. It's not, it's something, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me how you feel about it. It's nothing like a whole hog.
Oh, it's definitely nothing like a whole hog, because you can get the pickings that you want.
Right.
The nice thing is that you have the opportunity to get that chicharron that's on the outside, that little crisp crackle, and that flavor that's in there. If you cooking it right, is you cooking it right. I
know what you mean. Have you ever? When I was growing up too, that belly meat,
yes,
real stringy. My father used to mix the pork. Pull it those two together. Oh my God, got a little fatty, got a little lean, but all together sexy. That's my favorite part.
That's what I love about North Carolina barbecues, that they have that they knock that vinegar off, have that vinegar mix, no matter whether you're east or west. You got, the only difference is tomato, but the two different combinations of sauce and that ability to have it with that fattiness, it does an excellent play in your mouth. And I'm always curious about it. But when I was stationed in Texas, Del Rio, Texas, you had that Tex-Mex that really was the mesquite flavor that was deep in your body and deep in their soul.
Yeah.
All I can say is I miss that. I miss Don Marcelino's. I'll tell you right, number one and number two. Don Marcelino's. They know how to cook some nice, beautiful beef down there.
How's the barbecue scene in New York?
Well, the really strange thing about New York is the barbecue comes from someplace else. It's good, but it's from and the thing is, you go to a barbecue spot in New York, like I got a spot that's maybe 15 minutes away from here. He's bringing in a combination of different regions and putting it together, right?
Gotcha.
Right, which is great. It's fine and dandy. We don't claim it. We don't. It's not. This is a barbecue. This is a barbecue spot. No, this is a barbecue spot. You can get a little taste of this, a little taste of that. That's great, but it's not the same as being from down south. It's not the same as a whole hog. It definitely could be is good. It's satisfying, but it's not. I could throw some sauce on there that would make it a little different.
Right.
Yeah, but so Cleveland. Now you're in Atlanta or around Atlanta, I assume. And you're touring around Georgia. Tell me about your experience now that you came to Georgia and you're in that land of the peach.
Well, the thing I love about Atlanta, people don't understand like the food. Well, people should know by now. The food culture is like out of this world down here. It's like I was telling you earlier. With being in Cleveland and going to all those different type of places with my father. I get all that and more down here. The foodie community is huge. It's not a lot of guys though. We're working on it. Especially, it's not a lot of black males.
That's in general though. When you talk about media and food, not a lot of black males at all, right? I had an event with my old job there. It happened to be we're talking about, especially during obviously Black History Month. You pull in all these different people. Chefs that are highlighted are very difficult to find. The people who are really cooking some of the food, I talked to a chef from Butter, one of my favorite guys, Michael Jenkins. He's a couple of avenues away from the office, and he's racking up something new now called Brown Butter, is my understanding. So he just opened up 2 other spots downtown where he was cooking Mediterranean. But then we interviewed a guy in Boston, African American guy who is one of their top 30 under 30 cooking Italian food. Yeah, pasta and stuff like that in Boston. Which is different. Like, you wouldn't think, okay, I'm going to Boston, I'm gonna get Italian. Well, you would think you can get Italian food, but you definitely wouldn't think that the chef was a black chef right there. Yeah, and cooking off the chain, man. He's highly noted.
So, I mean, Atlanta's great because we have a lot of black businesses down here, a lot of black chefs, a lot of black owners, and they all always show you love when you're going to do the reviews. I know Atlanta's big we're known for our brunch, the parties, and it's like a section at the club. But once you sift through all that noise, it's a really big culturally diverse place where you can try all type of food, and you'll walk away satisfied. Atlanta, now that I've been here and I've had all these different type of foods and experienced so many different type of things, this is a place to come and come just for food now.
I will make it down there for that.
Oh yeah, let me know. Places like Sabores de Prates, which is a Uruguayan steakhouse. Everybody's used to Fogo de Chao, which is a Brazilian, but Uruguayan is totally different. I mean, Uruguay, I think that I forgot the population, but it's like 9 cows to every person. Like, they take their meat serious, and like you can get this big, huge mountain of grilled meat seasoned with their special season. They won't tell me, it's a secret, with the chimichurri, and it's just sexy and gorgeous. And then you can go to a place like Red Rice and get some good soul food. We were talking about that earlier.
Red Rice. Now I know those people. I know those people. She put it off the chain there too. It's her friend of mine's daughter.
Listen, I just did an episode there, maybe I think it was 2 weeks ago, and they literally had the best turkey wings and gravy I've ever had in my life. At the beginning of the show, it was so good. We took shots of the gravy to kick off the show. That's just how good it is. And then you can go to places like there's an Ethiopian restaurant down here called Desta, where you get the injera, and it's really vegetarian based, but they have lamb and they have the goat tibs and all that type of thing. And then you can shoot downtown and go to a real classy restaurant where it's white tablecloths and the maitre d' walks over. It's really diverse, and that's what I really enjoy about the Atlanta food scene.
Wow, that's spectacular. Sounds really great. It's really funny because that was one of the places my wife and I were looking at to move to when we were getting out of service. It was like, we were like, oh man, if we could just figure a way. We were concerned about moving into a spot and not knowing anybody. That's not a problem when you attach to the military, but it's a problem when you by yourself. And you want to have that problem. So, hence 30 years we still back at home. So let me ask you a couple of, let's get a little more personal, get down in there, So let me ask you a couple of questions about yourself so I can understand exactly the person who London James is. right? Let me go to one of these questions. Hey, I love these. I love these cards. I got these. I don't know if you ever saw this pod deck. Comes up with a nice series of nice questions I can throw at you.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. And question number 1 is, what is left on your bucket list to do?
Skydive.
Skydive.
It's a million things, really. Skydiving. I want to go. I really want to do that. I can't get nobody to go with me, so I may end up going by myself. Maybe on my 40th. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I know a skydiving place is up here. I tried to hook up with a bunch of friends. We were going to do it as an office outing.
Yeah.
You know, out this way. So if you want to come skydive over Long Island, I got a spot for you.
I want to skydive. And I definitely want to do the whole European tour where you go to Germany and then you go. See, you're in the military, so that's nothing to you. But to me, I want to do the whole backpacking thing where we go to Italy and we go to France, and
walking.
I really enjoy art and that type of culture. So I want to go to the Louvre. I want to go. I
went to the Louvre.
You went to the Louvre?
Yeah. I'm funny. I'm an artist. I draw. I paint. I sculpt.
Okay.
But when I go to see other people's stuff, I'm a little. It's like, the man's got big feet here. What is this? Yeah. His hands are disproportionate to his head. What is
right. That's a whole other conversation about art, because some stuff I'd be like, it look like a 12-year-old drew this. Why is it $4 million? Okay. It's no disrespect.
There's no disrespect.
For me, it's just certain things I'd be like, you just got in at the right time and somebody believed in you to push it. But we can have a whole discussion about art, Those are two of the things that's constantly on my mind, skydiving and going to the Louvre and doing the whole European tour.
That's fantastic. That's good to know. I got another one for you. Which is one person that you most admire? What is one person that you most admire?
Dead or alive?
Yes, exactly. Dead or alive.
Dead or alive, it don't matter. A big person that played a part of my life, his name was James Jones. He was my mentor. When I moved down to Atlanta, I was 19. And probably from 19 to like 32, I probably got the math wrong. He really taught me what it was to be a man. Like, my mother and my father passed away, right?
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, yeah, you too. Okay, I appreciate it. So what that feels like. But from 19, he really taught me how to be a man. And he started out at Uptown Records. I talk with my hands. That's what you said.
That's okay. That's a little while.
So he started at the Uptown Records with Diddy and Andre Harrell and all that. So he went through the Heavy D phase, the Jodeci phase, the Mary J. Blige phase. Then he moved over to Def Jam, and he would always take me with him, like, to the sets and to the TV interviews. And he would teach me how to move in certain places and when to talk, when not to speak, when not to talk, how to be a man in every aspect, taking care of your family and starting a business, being an entrepreneur. And he's one of the people, how to dress, down to his socks, and how to dress in every environment. And he played such a big part of my life. And that's why I'm able to, get on camera and talk and go into these places with confidence, because he used to always tell me, like, no matter where you are and who's in this room, you belong in the room too. If you wasn't supposed to be in the room, you wouldn't be here. But you belong in every room you sit in. So now when I go to these restaurants, and sometimes I'm a black man, you're not expecting to see a black man in a German restaurant. Sometimes they look at you sort of funny, or an Irish pub, you know how it is. Yeah. So now, no matter what, wherever I go to do a review, wherever I go to eat, or in a business meeting, or even in interviews, I'm always comfortable. I always hear you belong in the room. So I love him. James Jones, rest in peace.
Well, rest in peace, James. Which words or phrases do you most overuse?
It's about to go
down.
That, I can't get away from it. I tried to stop saying it, but people, it's like, you can't stop saying it at this point. When I go places and people see me, they were like, it's about to go down. They say that. And I also say absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I'm absolutely excited. I think I probably said when I was here, when I first started, you can rewind the tape. I'm absolutely excited to be here. Those type of things.
So what's going on with all of the comic book stuff behind you, sir?
I'm really into Marvel. I'm really into DC. I'm really into that whole experience. I geek out and spend a lot of time watching YouTube about the new movies that's coming out and I'm one of those guys.
You're exactly like me.
Oh, really? Yeah. When I go to all the Avengers movies and stuff like that, I never bring a date because I do not want you asking me questions. I've learned, and I'm probably giving it away now. So if you date me now, just stop this part of the video. I will go and watch the movie by myself
first.
Then we can go. And especially for Avengers, the last one, the Endgame. Oh man, I got my ticket extra early. I got one right in the center, and I had a ball. I cheered and I cried and I laughed with the people around me. So that's what the comic books is about. I'm really into that whole fantasy world.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I wanted to be a cartoonist when I was a young kid. So I'm big into comic books and the hero that saves the day, sort of. That's basically what it is. So what talent would you most like to have that you currently do not?
What
talent would you most like to have?
I wish I was a great writer. Like, I wish that I could sit down like some of my friends and write an amazing blog post with super descriptive words that puts you right there. You can taste it, smell it, feel the atmosphere. That's one of the things I wish I could do. I struggle writing posts like for my videos because I spend so much time on camera. I really focus on that. So that's one of the talents I wish I had. I wish I was a phenomenal writer, could write a book from start to finish.
Food is Bae. Tell me more. Well, how did you come up with that name? Where did that come from?
So Food is Bae. Okay, so I always do a test when I go places. When people ask me that question, I say, depending on if it's a female or male. So like for you, a guy, I would say, when you see a beautiful woman, what type of face do you make?
What type of face do you?
Yeah, what type of face? Like how do you react? What do you say? Like you know.
Well, I try not to say anything.
Well, I mean, you're married now. When you saw your wife, you saw your wife the first time. When you saw her glowing from across.
I don't even know how to answer that.
Yeah, you don't know how to answer?
I'm married so long I couldn't even answer that right.
Right? Most people be like, oh, she look good. She gorgeous. The females be like, oh, he's handsome and all that. But I say, when you see that Thanksgiving dinner sitting on your table or your mama's favorite dish sitting on your table, what kind of face and reaction do you make?
Same one.
Right, the same one. Even some of them react better, they're more responsive. So Food is Bae. It's like food is my boo. That's my baby. That's my lover. She never fails me. When I have my darkest times, I can go get me some chunky chocolate chip ice cream, and it's there. Food is comforting. Food is soothing. It's like your best friend. It's it's always there for you. So that's why I say Food is Bae. The interesting thing about it is when I first started doing the show, I wanted to call it That First Bite because I felt like that was safe. I felt like this is something that could be on the Food Network because it sounds safe. And I was getting on. Today we're here. I was doing a whole little voice and
whole personality, huh?
Yeah, trying to be something that I wasn't, and I wasn't comfortable in doing it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I feel. I'm gonna talk how I want to talk. This is really supposed to be like a conversation between friends, eating dinner, and having conversations like we would normally have. And with Bae, I'm always a Bae. Food is Bae.
So I got 3 more, but I'm gonna hold off because I gotta ask. We're almost at Thanksgiving. By the time this comes out, we'll probably be pretty close to Thanksgiving. What is it that's on your dinner plate for Thanksgiving? Tell me your ideal Bae Thanksgiving.
Bae on Bae's plate is I love ham. I love honey baked ham. Then I get the greens. Then I get this. See, I'm closing my eyes, so I'm really feeling it.
Visualizing.
Right.
Go into that spot, man. Go into it.
Then I get the greens. I get the candy yams and the mac and cheese. And that right there is my go-to every Thanksgiving. And it sounds, I guess, traditional, but I'm not really. Turkey is cool. Turkey with the gravy is cool. I don't need the cranberry sauce. I don't need none of that. I just need the ham, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, and candy yams.
So everybody's got a different plate. I was raised by my great aunt, and she had a very traditional, very southern. She's from I think originally Florida, some pathway through Atlanta, through Georgia in itself. But generally, she was church lady Baptist. We had an abundant Thanksgiving, because we minimum of 20 people. That's just the close family that's nearby.
Yeah.
You know? So we would have ham and turkey.
Yeah.
You know, and of course the ham was decorated with those
the pineapple maraschino cherries. Yeah.
Oh, and then we do some candy yams, of course, right? Mashed potatoes.
I forgot one of the most important things.
What?
The dressing.
Okay.
Not stuffing. Cornbread dressing.
Oh, you were cornbread. Okay.
Cornbread dressing.
Cornbread dressing. Okay.
Yeah.
I do more of a bread and then a thing. Right now I'm getting ready to make I didn't even ask you. Do you actually cook or you just interview people who cook?
You know, I can cook. I just spend more time letting people cook for me. But I definitely can throw down on some steak, and you know, I'd make a phenomenal pasta bake. But I can cook, you know. And I'm not talking about like Bachelor Survive cook. Like, you know, I can cook a filet mignon with the lobster tail and the rosemary and thyme butter, and you know, those type of things for my lady and all that type of stuff. But you know,
okay,
not survival cook, but I can cook. All
right, so so I don't usually do greens, but I do Brussels sprouts with a slab of bacon. You do literally get a slab and chop it into finger-sized chunks.
Yes,
you know,
yes, sir.
You know, then it's mac. Well, if it had the whole family, I would do mac and cheese, a baked macaroni and cheese, something in it. But I'm right now. I'm in such a mind space of leveling everything up to the next level. It's always got something that you might not find it necessarily in an African American house, but I put a lot of high end foods in there, like you do truffles or you do foie gras and stuff. And
okay,
you know, right.
Hey, I need to come to New York. If you're making mac and cheese with foie gras and truffles,
the foie gras would be in the dressing, as you would call it. I don't do cornbread. I do bread, right? And in the stuffing would be foie gras and it'd be sausage. At least that's what I'm making this year. It'll be a spicy Italian sausage in that, so you have your meat,
yes, sir,
and your bread. And then the Brussels sprouts has meat in it. Pretty much everything has meat in it. And I'm doing at least 2 desserts, so I don't know what I'll do for desserts, but one is going to be an apple pie for sure, and I got to do a sweet potato just for tradition's sake. And I usually put pineapple in my sweet potato, which is kind of unusual for some people.
Right. I mean, but you know what? You're a chef, so it's an art for you. It's not just, you know, what we used to. I'm super interested in that foie gras stuffing, though.
I actually learned that from one of those celebrity chefs. My wife and I attended an event in New York City that used to be available to us. It's called the Ultimate Culinary Experience. Mm-hmm. And it was a weekend event where you got to cook with different celebrity chefs. And one set of celebrity chefs in the morning and another set at evening. And then at the very night, you'd have a big 12-course banquet, and you start all over again on Sunday. So it was a nice weekend event, you know. So I got to meet like Alex Monicelli and a few other people. I can run over some names, but you don't really need to go into that. So you cook. What would you say is your specialty?
I mean, like I said, my go-to is a good rare steak. I'm a rare steak guy.
You need to come here. I have to tell you right now, I sous vide my steak. I'm a big sous vide.
You like sous vide?
Yeah, I like cooking things to perfection. So that's the way how you get stuff done right.
Yeah, sous vide would definitely get your steak to the right temperature and hold it there until it's time to, you know, saute it. When you saute it, or sear it, yeah.
Yeah. We definitely, and pretty much any protein you can do in that device. And we actually have 2 of them. That's how I did the pulled pork and the other stuff you had mentioned. So, but yeah, I got another question. Going to the questions here. What are you most excited about right now?
Right now, I got some great. Can I talk about it?
Can you talk about it? Yes. Yeah. Make sure you can talk about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. Well. So I got some stuff coming up with a show called it's a show actually on Netflix. It's called the Trailer Park Boys.
Cool.
There, people reached out to me. They have a sauce that they came up with, and they want me to review it. I think I can talk about that. There's some other things, but I got some other collaborations that are coming up that I'm able to, that you'll see soon. I guess I shouldn't talk about everything, but
no, don't give me hold some back. Make sure people tune in. I want people to come over to you.
Yeah, the Netflix thing is big. You know, that's a big opportunity to work with that show and work with those people there. I mean, sometimes, like, even for me, I just want you to know, I don't take this for granted. Like, to me, this is just as big as Netflix. Because you're taking time out to learn about me, to interview about me, and talk to me. So I don't take any of that for granted. And I truly appreciate you, even taking time to talk to me. But I do got some good collabs coming up. I'm excited. I got some more interviews coming up, some podcasts I've just been invited to be on. So I mean, we going in a good direction. We're going in a good direction. I think that's the most thing. The people are starting to recognize the show, and even not having millions and millions of followers, people are recognizing the quality, and they want me to collab with them on these bigger brands. So I'm excited about that. I wish I could say more.
That's exactly why I hit you up. Yeah. I said we're pretty much, brother from another mother. That's what B.F.A.M stands for. We are very similar in a lot of different ways, and the idea is that I connect with people out there who are enjoying food, and B, are enjoying life because of food. This is what it's about. So I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I did want to know, is there anything that you can talk about and tell me what's happening in the future, my friend?
I can't. I can't. I want to say a lot of stuff, but I can't.
Okay. So there's a lot of stuff coming up, and that's all. I'm not going to dig you any deeper than that. But it has really been great talking with you, and I really want to make sure that we connect in the future. If you're ever in the New York area, we can sit down and I'll throw you down something. Please give me a little heads up so I can order the right food, because I've been ordering from all different places. Maybe I'll pull up something from Hawaii or something in Boston and get it sent over so it comes overnight. They got a Hawaii fish market that I've been utilizing that brings in some fantastic seafood. So if you like some ahi tuna, all that stuff, I got to get it on order, so I need to know you're coming.
Yes sir.
Otherwise it's D'Artagnan and our little friend over there at why is it drawing a blank? But he's a meat guy. He actually wrote the book on meats, and he's pretty nice guy. All in Jersey, so it'll be here within the day. Just tell me when you're coming, and we get some aged product up here.
Absolutely,
45-day aged steak.
Yes sir. I love dry aged steak.
Yeah, well, that's the only way the only way you can cook it is the right way. So anyway, let's wrap this up. I'm Jerome B.F.A.M Cooking, and you are
London James. Food is Bae.
Food is Bae. Man, this has been great. Thank you very much, sir. And back to you guys. See you later.